If you are an international student who just landed a job or an internship, or you are on CPT or OPT, you will be asked to fill out paperwork provided by your HR team. And these are the forms that are essential to manage your taxes. But don't worry, I'm here to break it down for you step by step. So some of my students who are in my ultimate job hunting community, they got job at Tesla and Walmart, and they asked me like, hey, I got this W4 form which I need to fill out for my tax purposes. My recruiter sent this to me. What do I need to do? And then one of the students who actually got the contractor job on OPT, which by the way, you are allowed to do that. They said, hey, I need to fill out this W9 form. What is it for? And like, what do I need to fill out? So I decided to make a video. Hopefully this will help you understand everything that you need to do. Once you join a full-time job or even internship, I think you will still have to fill out these forms. And by the way, I don't know if you know this or not, but India and US have a tax treaty, and just like that, US has a multiple tax treaty with different countries, and those have some benefits on tax exemptions. So again, make sure to watch the end of the video where I'm also discussing how you can waive off some of the taxes that hopefully were not charged to you, but if they were, then you can get refunded for that tax that were charged to you in your salary slips. If you're new to this channel, my name is Yudi and I was an international student 10 years ago, and right now I'm a hiring manager and a senior product manager. And on this channel, we talk about studying in United States and building a successful life and a career here. Okay, disclaimer, I'm not a legal CPA or an immigration lawyer, so please use this as an educational information and please consult a professional for your specific situation. First of all, congratulations if you're making money in United States. I think that's a great feeling. And I know if you are Indian like me, one of the things that we do is send money back to India. And this video is kindly sponsored by Robo. They are the best platform when it comes to conversion rates and sending money from US to India. So if you're just like me, I know that I've actually explored multiple platforms in last 10 years, and so far Robo Money has been the best platform for me. And believe it or not, they are super secure, and if anything goes wrong, they will refund your money. So highly recommend that you check it out. I will put the link in the description. It's a special link. If you use that link, you also get an extra $25 Amazon gift card from Robo Money once you complete over $500 in transaction. And I've been using that platform for more than 6 months now, and hopefully you will like them as well. Let me know what your experience is. I've already sent more than $20,000 using that platform, but please let me know and check the link in the description. Okay, first you need to know is that you need to pay taxes when you make income in United States. So usually what happens is, instead of you paying your tax for the full income that you made in the entire year, at the end of the year or during the tax season, your company will take certain portion of your income, of your salary, and pay that taxes quarterly basis on IRS. So this way, at the end of the year, you're not paying a big tax payment. For example, let's say if you're making about $100,000 a year and your tax bracket would be roughly 25%. Again, I'm just giving a rough example, right? So that would be $25,000. So instead of you paying $25,000 in the next year, what your company is doing it for you, which I think is a good thing, is that they're taking little money every month, like maybe $2,000 every month. So by the end of year, you have already paid $24,000 to IRS or to the government. You don't have to worry about paying a big tax. And sometimes some companies will take a little bit more. So that way, when you do file your taxes, you get a refund back from when you file your taxes. Now, how do your companies know how much to take from your salary? And this is where the W4 form comes in. And this is the form that you will have to fill once you join your full-time job. It is a withholding form. Basically means that your employer will take certain portion of your earning and send this money to the IRS or to the government. So your company is not actually keeping this money. They are actually taking this money and doing a favor for you and doing some paperwork for you and giving that money to IRS. At the end of the year, they will give you a form called W2 form, which is your total income and how much tax you have already paid to the government, and you can see all of that information. So when you go to file your taxes, you can use that form and it'll show you like, oh, actually you paid a lot more than what you were supposed to pay. So we will give you back $5,000 or $100,000 or not $100,000, $100 or so. It'll be nice to get $100,000 from government, but regardless, you know what I mean. All right, let's go step by step. What does this form look like? This is what it looks like right now. Step number 1 is personal information. You need to fill out your name, address, social security. Next step is filing status, which is the most important question. That is how your company will determine how much money to take. So most international students will choose single, unless of course you are married, and then you probably want to choose married. If you're filing jointly, filing your taxes jointly, or filing your taxes separately. And another thing that gets very confusing is head of household, because again, you might think like, I am the owner, I am the head of the apartment and I pay my own thing. So wouldn't I be head of household? No, that's not how it works. If you have dependents under you, then you become a head of household. So for example, if you have kids, then you by default are a head of household because you're providing it for your family. But if you're just single, not married, don't have kids, you will fall under single category as a filing status. Now, I know this gets confusing when some companies will also have a non-resident tick mark. Don't worry. Again, at the end of this thing, this is something called withholding form. So you're not really filing your taxes. You're just telling your company this much money, keep it and give it to government. And at the end of the year, I'll take it back if I paid more. So single is totally fine. And if your company is asking resident, non-resident and all of it, don't worry, that we will get to it when I make a video about how to file your taxes, which is coming, by the way, very soon, or it might have already come on the channel. Check it in the description. Step number 2 is where you have to fill out if you have multiple jobs. Now, in this case, or if your spouse is working. In this case, if that is the situation, then that means, again, if you have multiple jobs, then you probably have filled out that form there as well, or you will have to fill out that form. So you want to calculate how much do you want from each company. There's a spreadsheet, I think not a spreadsheet, but there's a whole table that they give you. You can calculate like a rough estimate. Okay, I'm going to make 100,000 in this job, 100,000 in this job. So my tax amount would roughly be like whatever, $40,000. And then based on that, this much money you can take it out. It is all given in that form. Same thing, you can do it if your spouse is working and you guys are filing jointly. Now, step number 3 is claiming dependent. If you do have kids or you have someone who's dependent on you, then in that case, you will also fill that out. Step number 4 is any other adjustments. If you feel like, okay, you have other incomes and then you want to add it and you want your company to take out some money. And for example, if let's say you have a full-time job and you are also doing a contracting job and you don't want to deal with paying your taxes separately for your contract, you can ask your company to like, hey, take more money from my paycheck and pay it to government. So then I don't have to deal with it. Generally, you can just leave all of this blank. And finally, you sign and date. Again, this is just to certify that, yes, I agree and, take out this money. Now, this changes slightly a little bit when you are doing a contracting job. So on OPT, first year of OPT, and even I think STEM extension, you get to do contracting job. You are allowed to do contract 1099 jobs. It's called 1099 because that is the form, that is a tax form that you will receive it from the company that you're working on. But you have to fill out W-9 form, which is basically for independent contractors. So you are an independent contractor. In this form, you're basically saying like, hey, I am responsible for paying my taxes. My company will not pay my taxes, will not take care of my taxes. So legit citizen or resident or non-resident or whatever of United States, I will take care of my tax payments. That is why this is just a tax form stating that don't take any money from my pay that I'm getting. For example, if you're getting whatever, $5,000 per month as a contractor, nothing will be taken out, not a federal tax, not a state tax, because you will be given $5,000 and it is your responsibility to figure out what the tax will be and you pay it. Either you pay quarterly or yearly, however you want to do it. That is up to your responsibility. So that is where W-9 form comes in. The form is extremely simple. You just need to put your first name, last name, address, SSN or ITIN number or EIN number if you are operating as a business. Very easy form. Now, like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, that there is something called FICA exemption. FICA is basically Social Security and Medicare taxes. So These are usually for citizens or residents, basically residents who are for tax purposes. So for the first 5 years of United States, if you are on F1 visa, you technically don't have to pay these FICA taxes. So if they are getting deducted from your salary, then you want to let your HR team know that, hey, I'm on F1 student, and I will put the link of the IRS document that you can send it to your HR team that, hey, I am on F1 visa and I'm not liable to pay the FICA taxes. So please do not deduct these taxes. And in case if they have already deducted, then you can also send them an email saying like, hey, so far you've deducted this much. Can I get a refund of this? They might say that, actually, you know what, we already paid this to government, so we will not be able to refund you. So when you file your taxes, when the next year when you file the taxes, remember that, okay, I actually paid FICA taxes, which I was not supposed to pay. You need to put it in your tax document when you are filing it. Again, watch the video of how to file the taxes. Then you will get that refund back. So again, FICA taxes is a big amount that will be going out from your paycheck. And for the first 5 years of you being in United States, you should not be paying that. After first 5 years, you will start to pay it. Okay, finally, I know this all gets very complicated and overwhelming. If you have any question, please let me know in the comment section. I'll make a follow-up video. But don't worry, if you have made the mistakes, you can easily rectify any of the mistakes either on W4 or W9. And also remember, if you get married, you want to change your W4 form, so that way they make adjustment to your taxes accordingly. It is just a way for you to inform your company that take this much money and give it to government. So if you made a mistake, like for example, if they are deducting too much, you will get it back. Or if they are taking too little, then you will have to pay to the government when you file the taxes. So these forms are not supposed to if you made a mistake, it's not going to be like a earth-shattering criminal charges or anything like that. You can easily fix this, and don't worry, if you made a mistake, you can talk to your HR team and they will be able to fix it. If you have any further question on this topic, please let me know in the comment section. And also, if you like these type of personal finance topic, please let me know what else should I cover in the comment section. And I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, keep smiling and keep hustling. You gotta hustle every single day.